Long ago, in a kingdom by the sea, a beloved king and queen welcomed a baby daughter. They named her Aurora, filling the nursery with golden light and hearts full of overwhelming joy. 3 good fairies arrived at the grand hall to bless the princess with magical gifts and wishes. The fairies descended gently, their wings shimmering as they approached the cradle to bestow their blessings. Flora waved her wand. "Little one, my gift to you shall be the gift of beauty." Fauna smiled warmly. "And my gift shall be the gift of song, pure and sweet." Suddenly, a cold wind blew out the candles, and the castle banners whipped violently in fear. Green fire erupted from the floor, and from the flames stepped the mistress of all evil. Maleficent appeared, her eyes glowing with malice. I was quite distressed not to receive an invitation. She smirked coldly, but I bear no grudge. In fact, I'd have a gift for the child. The queen held the baby tight as the king drew his sword, trembling before the dark fairy. Maleficent raised her staff. Before the sun sets on her 16th birthday, she shall prick her finger. She will prick her finger on the spindle of a spinning wheel and die. The curse echoed. With a thunderous crash and a maniacal laugh, the evil fairy vanished into the swirling green flames. Merryweather stepped forward. "I cannot undo this, but I can help. Not death, but just asleep." The king, terrified for his daughter, immediately ordered every spinning wheel in the kingdom to be burned. A massive bonfire roared in the courtyard as soldiers destroyed the spinning wheels to save the princess. High above, Maleficent's raven watched the flames with a cold, intelligent eye, spying for his mistress. The fairies plotted in secret. "We must take her far away and raise her as a peasant." They put away their wings and magic, transforming themselves into simple peasant women to hide their identity. With heavy hearts, the king and queen said goodbye, handing their precious baby to the disguised fairies. They vanished into the mist and the deep forest, leaving the royal life and the curse behind. Years passed quickly. Seasons turned from winter to spring as the baby grew into a young woman. On her 16th birthday, the cottage was filled with sunshine, though the fairies were terrible at cooking. Merryweather grumbled, trying to sew a dress without magic. "This looks like a sack of flour." Then, Briar Rose walked down the stairs, radiant and beautiful, unaware she was actually a princess. Flora handed her a basket. "Go pick some berries, dear. We need you out of the house." Briar Rose wandered into the woods, singing to the birds, enjoying the freedom of her 16th birthday. She danced in the clearing, singing a melody that floated through the trees like a sweet dream. The forest animals gathered to listen, charmed by her voice, their ears twitching to the gentle rhythm. Nearby, Prince Philip heard the song.
Hear that,
"Did you hear
Samson?
that, Samson?
Beautiful.
It's the most beautiful
What
voice."
is it?
He urged his horse forward,
No carrots
pushing
for you
through
if
thick
we don't
branches
find
and
her,
thorns to
Samson.
find the mysterious singer. The owl wore Philip's cape,
tall,
pretending to be a
handsome
prince,
stranger asked
while
me to
Briar Rose
dance.
curtsied playfully to him. She danced with her imaginary prince, spinning in the sunlight, dreaming of a romance she never knew. Philip watched from behind a tree, amused and completely enchanted by the beautiful girl dancing with birds. He stepped in and took her hand. Briar Rose gasped, but didn't pull away from his touch.
Oh,
They waltzed together perfectly. "I didn't mean to frighten you," he smiled,
I didn't mean
"but
to
we've met
frighten
before."
you.
They
Who
walked
are
by
you?
the stream, falling in
stranger?
love with every step,
Don't you
though they
remember?
did not know each other.
We've met before. I must
Suddenly
go.
she remembered. "I must go,"
Goodbye.
she cried, running away before he could
When
even
will I
ask her
see you
name.
again?
She turned back one last time.
At the cottage.
Meet me tonight.
In the glen.
At the cottage in the glen, she promised.
Just this
Back at the cottage, the fairies gave up.
To make it perfect.
Bring the wands,
for her.
Flora cried. Make it blue. Magic sparkles shot out the chimney, catching the eye of the raven flying high above the trees. The raven peered through the window. Seeing the magic, he finally found the lost princess. Rose returned home to find the dress and cake.
It's absolutely
It is the
beautiful.
happiest day of my life.
I met
She sat
someone.
down,
A
dreaming.
hunter.
I met a boy today.
No.
I
a
think I'm in
prince.
love with him.
He was wonderful. You can never see
Flora's
him again.
face fell. You
You
can
are
never
Princess
see him
Aurora.
again.
And tonight,
You are Princess Aurora.
we must take you back
You must
to your
return
father.
home. Heartbroken, Aurora ran to her room and threw herself on the bed, sobbing for her lost love. They covered her in a cloak.
Come along,
child.
dear. We must
We
be
must go to
quiet.
the castle, Flora said sadly. Under the cover of darkness, they led the weeping princess back to the castle she never knew. The raven flew fast to the Forbidden Mountain, cawing loudly to tell Maleficent the princess was found. They sneaked Aurora through the back gate, trying to keep her return a secret from the kingdom. In the tower,
It's for
Flora
your
placed
own
a
good,
crown
dear.
on her head. You are a princess
a
now,
princess.
she whispered.
Hello?
Philip arrived at the cottage,
Is anyone
whistling
home?
a happy tune, expecting to find his love waiting for him. He stepped inside the dark
Briar
room.
Rose? Rose?
Hello, he called out, but only silence and shadows answered him. Suddenly, goblins attacked. Philip struggled, but a net fell over him, trapping the prince on the floor.
A peasant
Maleficent
girl?
stepped from the shadows.
You found
a peasant girl. I expected
I
better from a
expected
prince,
better, Prince
she mocked
Philip.
cruelly.
Let her sleep.
At the castle,
She'll
the
feel
fairies
better in the
left
morning.
Aurora alone for just a moment to let her rest properly.
Aurora.
The fire died, the green light appeared, and a hypnotic voice whispered from the wall, Aurora ... In a trance, Aurora walked through the secret panel, following the glowing green orb up the stairs. She climbed higher and higher up the dark tower, unable to stop, drawn by the evil magic. She reached the top. The voice whispered, touch it. Touch the spindle. She reached out her
Touch it.
hand. The glowing spindle waited in the dark room, a deadly trap set 16 years ago by Maleficent. She touched the sharp point. A flash of green light sparked, sealing the terrible curse at last. Aurora collapsed to the floor, falling into a deep, death-like sleep as the green light faded away. The fairies burst in. Aurora, they cried, but they were too late. The princess was already
Aurora!
sleeping. Maleficent appeared from the
Poor
shadows.
simple
You poor
fools.
simple fools. You
Thinking
thought you could defeat me.
me.
She laughed.
The princess
With a swirl
shall
of
sleep
fire, she
forever.
vanished, leaving the fairies weeping over the sleeping form of Aurora. They laid her gently on the bed. She's just sleeping. Fauna sobbed.
Beautiful as
She is
ever.
beautiful. Flora raised her
must not
wand.
know.
We must put
We
the
will put
whole
them
kingdom
all
to
to
sleep
sleep
until she
until
wakes,
she awakens.
she declared. Magical sand drifted over the castle, putting guards, servants, and nobles into a deep, timeless slumber. The king and queen fell asleep on their thrones, hand in hand, as the magic settled softly. Even the cook fell asleep mid-slap, and the fly in the kitchen froze in midair instantly. Flora realized the
boy
truth.
She met in the forest.
The boy in the forest
It
was Philip.
Prince Philip.
He is the only
He
hope.
can wake her.
The three fairies flew as fast as shooting stars toward the Forbidden Mountain to rescue the prince. They found the cottage empty, only Philip's hat remaining. Maleficent has him.
Maleficent.
Merryweather cried
She's
in
got him.
despair. Maleficent stood on her peak,
forest
summoning a
of
storm.
thorns
A forest of
shall be
thorns
his
shall be his tomb. Thick black thorns erupted from the ground, surrounding the castle in an impenetrable wall of sharp spikes. In the dungeon, Philip sat in chains.
Sleep well,
Maleficent taunted him.
You have 100
You have
years
100 years to wait. She left him in darkness. Philip slumped in despair, thinking he would never see his love again. Suddenly,
Quiet.
the fairies appeared at the
Get you
lock.
out.
Quiet, Philip. Flora whispered, "We are here to save you." The chains fell away.
But-
Philip stood up, amazed.
How?
No time to explain,
No time to
said
explain.
Flora.
Take
the
this."
shield. The shield of virtue.
Shield of
Flora
virtue.
cried as golden light armed the prince against all evil and darkness.
And the sword of truth.
And the sword of truth. Now,
Go.
run. The blade shimmered, ready to cut through any lie. They ran up the stairs, but the raven saw them and screeched a loud alarm to the guards. Goblins and trolls woke up, grabbing their weapons and chasing the escaping prince through the stone corridors. Merryweather turned their rocks into bubbles. Philip fought bravely, slashing his way through the army of monsters. He found Samson, cut the ropes, and vaulted into the saddle. Ride, Samson, ride for your life. They galloped toward the closing gate. The fairies zapped the mechanism, keeping it open just enough. They slid under the crashing gate just in time, escaping the fortress and leaving the minions behind. Maleficent saw them escaping, screaming in rage. She summoned all the powers of hell to stop them. Philip faced the massive wall of thorns. Samson reared back, terrified by the sharp, twisting black vines. He swung the sword of truth. Blinding light slashed through the dark branches, clearing a path forward. The fairies flew ahead, clearing the way as the thorns tried to grow back and trap them.
Don't stop!
They burst onto the bridge. The castle was just ahead, but a storm swirled directly in their path. Maleficent appeared in a burst of fire, blocking the bridge. "Now you shall deal with me." She grew taller, dissolving into green fire, transforming into a nightmare of scales and massive wings. A giant black dragon towered over the prince, breathing green fire and roaring with the sound of doom. Philip raised his shield as the monster snapped its jaws. He looked tiny against the beast. Green flames blasted the shield, but the magic held, protecting the prince from the intense heat. Philip swung his sword, striking the dragon's snout. Sparks flew, and the beast recoiled in pain. The dragon smashed the bridge. Philip and Samson fell, scrambling onto a narrow rocky ledge below. Trapped against the cliff, Philip lost his shield. The dragon inhaled, ready to burn him to ash. The fairies
Now,
cast a final
sword of
spell.
truth.
Sword of truth, fly swift and sure. The blade glowed white. Philip hurled the sword straight into the dragon's heart just as it was about to breathe fire. The beast screamed as the magic sword pierced its heart, black blood and light spraying everywhere. Maleficent fell backward into the abyss, dissolving into smoke, destroyed forever by the power of truth. Philip stood on the cliff, exhausted. The thorns turned to dust, and the sun began to rise. He walked through the silent courtyard, past the sleeping guards, towards the tower where his love waited. He climbed the stairs, heart pounding, until he reached the room where the princess lay dreaming. There she was, Aurora, sleeping peacefully in the golden light, more beautiful than he had ever imagined. He leaned down and kissed her gently. A pulse of warm magic rippled through the room. Aurora's eyes opened. She smiled, seeing her prince.
It's you.
"It's you," she whispered.
My
My
dream.
dream came true. The king and queen woke up instantly.
As I was
The
saying,
whole castle
Cupid,
came back
the
to
wine
life,
is
bustling
excellent.
with noise. In the kitchen, the chef finally slapped the boy, and the pot boiled over. Life continued on. Aurora and Philip walked down the grand staircase, arm in arm, looking like the perfect royal couple. She ran to her parents. Tears of joy flowed as the family was
Aurora,
finally
my
reunited
darling
after 16
child.
years. The fairies watched from the balcony. Flora wiped a tear. I just love happy endings, she sniffed. They danced in the ballroom, spinning across the floor as the whole kingdom celebrated their wedding. The dress kept changing color blue, then pink. Even in happiness, the fairies kept their little feud. And so, the book closed on their story. They lived happily ever after in a land of dreams.